Hi guys, it's Chrissy with Chrissy's Divine Design Tarot, and today we are doing a reading for Independence Day for our neighbors, the USA. So let's get started and we will look at the current circumstances for the collective and then for your soulmate. We're going to look and see what you might be doing, maybe when you come across your soulmate. Let's see what's showing out for you and then your person. Let's see. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, it looks like you might be worried about love coming in. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles, maybe you've mastered this type of communication when it comes to love. I don't know. There's something about this that's kind of telling me maybe this is a workplace romance. Maybe this is something you're worried about coming in, whether it's going to work out or not. But let's just see what's going down for you. Right. Looks like you are kind of doing your own thing here. Maybe just doing your own individual finances. Uh, Maybe some success to this. You are at the number 9 here and the Four Cups. Okay. Maybe you don't like this very much at all, actually. You might be looking at maybe getting a different position. It looks like, you're worried that you love this work. You're looking and changing your perspective about this work, maybe about the money that you're getting. There's some type of dissatisfaction, worry here about work. And it's not kind of meshing with everything else that's showing up, especially when maybe you started out loving this job and now it's becoming maybe a bit of a nightmare. Let's just see what else is showing up. You might have an opportunity to start something very creative, or maybe you're looking at changing your field when it comes to work. Yeah, this might be something that is going to pay off for you with the Queen of Pentacles here. It may end up being where you end up having quite a bit more money in finances, more stability, more comfort, more resources. You have high energy here. You may have a lot of ambition. This is kind of being very slow and methodical to get to where you need to go. And it might be that you're looking at what your best life might be and what your dream job may be. This is showing up on the fence. Looks like the King of Cups is here. You might be thinking, are you ready for love? If this is a workplace romance, you're not sure you're emotionally available, perhaps. Wow. It's almost like, hmm, maybe socially people don't feel like you're ready for marriage. Maybe they feel like you're not ready for marriage or that you don't even want to get married. It's almost like you don't feel there's anybody out there maybe that is emotionally available for you. Maybe you're feeling you're not emotionally available for anyone else. You might be just looking at your own set of circumstances, unless this is something that you have going on at work, having maybe falling in love at work. You're a little worried maybe people are going to find out. There's some type of dissatisfaction here, though, maybe about their. Oh, I see what's going on here. It looks like you might be dissatisfied that people may find out about this, the social status within this with the Hierophant. This might be that you don't want people to know that you and this person are together. Maybe it's not socially acceptable that you have a workplace romance. you're wondering if maybe you are emotionally available for this person. Maybe it starts off as one thing and leads to something else. Yeah, it looks like it's a breakthrough in something, maybe about how much you end up loving this person. You have really great communication with them. Looks like it's a divine love, some type of soulmate connection that's really going to pull you in or pull this person in, magnetized in some way. Wow, your person. They are very happy about something. Oh, about this love. I mean, look at this. They feel like all paths are maybe opening up when it comes to this love. Let's just see. Very happy. You make them very, very happy. Five of coins. I feel like this is worried about losing a position here. Worried about they might end up losing the job due to this connection. Four cups. Yeah, dissatisfied about maybe how people are reacting or worry about how people might take it. King of Cups is showing up upright here. So your person feels you are emotionally available to this, even though, or maybe they are emotionally available and you're maybe wondering if they are or not because of the concern here. Three of Cups. Okay, so maybe you are with somebody, maybe they are with somebody. Hmm, what's going on here? Is this some type of celebration? What? There's dissatisfaction though. So, Four of Swords. Okay, this is maybe finding peace with just keeping it as it is. If they're with somebody, it's like you're just my side piece. I don't know. What is this? Seven of Wands. This is overcoming something. Maybe they really feel at home with you here. It might not be that they're satisfied with keeping it a third party or being the third party. I feel like this is more trying to overcome this. Whoa. Five of Swords. There might be some arguments. Now, this could be at this other person that might be involved here. What's on the bottom of the deck? The World. Okay. There might be some need to, I feel like maybe it's an ending. Maybe they're willing to end this out for you. You really make them happy, but they're worried about losing the job, though. There is some dissatisfaction with that. And you might be pulling back or thinking about pulling back here, even though they feel you might be emotionally available. There's Three of Cups, though, too. And this is kind of indicating, is this like a really good emotional connection? Like you just get one another? Like, is this a team dynamic? Is this just a friend that you have this really great connection with? You know your story. So I'm just reading the cards, and it doesn't have to make sense to me as long as it makes sense to you. And of course, take what does resonate, leave what does not. This is a general reading, so there are a lot of people out there watching as well. So, you know, read between the lines. Don't take it so literally as much as it should be something you already feel at the time of the reading, or you already know something's going on, and this is kind of confirming what you already feel. So, that kind of thing, right? So, let's just see what's going on here, and maybe this will tell us. Let's see what's happening with this connection. All right, maybe this is a distant connection. Perhaps that may be why this is kind of, I want to say, some dissatisfaction to this. maybe about the time that you're not together. Is this somebody having a third person involved here while you're away? Like, what's going on here? Oh no, there needs to be an ending here. So it looks like somebody's gotten a new job that they're really happy about having this. They love maybe the job, maybe they love, maybe it doesn't pay as much. There is some dissatisfaction, but maybe this has to do with somebody going through an ending at home. Now, maybe you're seeing this. There's a distant and like a distant long term, maybe it's you that's having the long term relationship or the distant relationship where long distance is involved. But that's going to come to an end. Hmm. There might be some arguments here. That might be why the ending's coming. Now, it's showing up on this side more than your side, so you may be having some dissatisfaction about this. And if you are having a workplace relationship or you meet at work and you're thinking about having this relationship, there is a lot of love there. And it's funny that it's all on the second card coming out. Now, with the Nine of Swords, this is kind of saying that you're kind of concerned about this, and this person is so happy about this. Um, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is kind of showing that this might have something to do with work, and maybe they're not getting as much money as they might have if they were at this other place of business, maybe elsewhere. They may have moved here to get work, met you. Now they're ending this long-term relationship. Let's just see what's going on here. All right, the system. Yeah, I feel like this may be that maybe you're not liking your job anymore. Maybe your person isn't either. What is this? Reversal. Okay. Maybe you're rethinking this. What about their side? Show me what's going on their side. What is this? Hidden person. That might be, you might not know about this other person involved in there. Oh, you might be the mentor. Okay. And a loss. Okay, so I feel like you may be witnessing something going on in their life. You're looking at the system of maybe a way around this not being able to be together. You might be their mentor, so you may be in a higher position than they are, and that could be a conflict of interest within the work. Okay, yeah, and the loss may be that they are at a distance from maybe somebody that they are with, but that looks like it's going to come to an end, or maybe the mentorship is ending. Let's see what else. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a loss of a partner here. So it looks like there is an ending that you're witnessing because there is the world card here, and that's tying up all those loose ends. And this may be so you two can come together. There are boundaries though because of work. I feel like this is kind of saying, look, we can't be seen together. I'm your mentor. Maybe we have to quit having that type of dynamic. Maybe it'd be better if you work somewhere else or a different department, and then that way maybe we could still have something here. I feel like when it comes to this, it might be a bit of a secret. Now, you might have boundaries about saying, look, we can't be seen together like that. Otherwise, I could lose my job. You could lose your job. There could be a big problem here. Let's look at what you're showing up as in your personality. All right, we have the empath and a victim. So I'm kind of getting your thinking, the dynamic on this. Okay, so that maybe you're absorbing some of what's going on in their life. You feel what they're feeling. Now, they may be feeling, you may be feeling like there could be a victim consequence to this because that's how maybe people will see it as, especially if you're a bit older than this person and in a higher position in this company. Whoa. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so maybe you have the guidebook on this. And the reason I have this is the type of cards these are, but I kept this one in here because it's like it's looking up things. And like what you need to know, maybe about the firm or about the job you have, about the maybe the rule book, so to speak, on how it can be frowned upon, maybe. Okay, let's just see what else. Ah, the daredevil. So you're still willing to be the rebel and still go forward on this, because I feel like you both have a lot of love towards one another, as this is your soulmate, your connection, your person. You're really making this person happy, and they're really making you worried here. They're ending it out with their person, and there has to be some boundaries when it comes to work. Otherwise, you both may lose your job. All right. You're going to nurture this, though. I feel like if you are the empath, or maybe you're wondering if they're the empath, I don't know. There's some nurturing needed on this, because there may be some concern or worried that they're not taking this. Um, I feel like they feel you're going to look after them in this case of not losing their position, or you losing your job, and it's a bit of pressure, I feel. Okay, let's just see on this side. Okay, they're pretty stoic here. So disciplined, emotionally stable. Um, they're calm. They're not worried. You're the one that's worried. Yes. So let's just see here. Oh, all right. What is this? Survivor. So interesting, because you may be seeing them as a victim, but they're seeing themselves as a survivor. Now, in this, where's my glasses? Of course, I don't have them. Adaptable, tenacious, and unbreakable. So your person isn't one to cave on this. They're kind of tough. They're calm, cool, and collected. Let's just see. There's an empathic connection here, though. Revolutionary. Okay, so they're a trailblazer. They're very liberating and influential, so they may be able to talk their way out of this if there ends up being any issues or problems. You're looking at things like people feeling sorry for this person, that you were the bad guy, that they were the victim, and they're looking at it as they're the survivor and the revolutionary, and they're very calm, cool, and collected. So you're a nurturer, you're a daredevil as well, though, and you have all the information on what the rules are of. Okay, the rules. Okay, so it looks like there's independence here, adventurous. I'm very curious about this. You both are. And I feel like you're not going to let anyone get in the way of this connection. Neither one of you will, as long as there's boundaries being placed at maybe at work. And it's like it's a secret. But there's consequences to that where you both could end up losing a lot. So let's just see what the lesson may be with all of this. I feel like we already know what the lesson is, but because it's a redirection of fate, okay, so maybe there is some uh, dislike here about maybe staying in this position. It's going to lead to marriage, so, or a long-term relationship if you don't want to be married, right? Because it's a seed for your future success as well. So there might be a redirection here. Maybe you're both looking at, okay, if we lose our job, then we'll just start our own thing. We'll just keep going until, and we'll save, 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 or maybe you have a game plan here. What's going on here? Because you're being called to evolve. So it may be that it's either maybe you've always put your work ahead of any relationships, and this time around, Spirit's asking you to put your love before your work. So maybe you really love this job. Maybe they really love their job. Maybe they've taken a pay cut, or they're not even worried about losing their job because they want the love. Causes arguments. Okay, so they're to teach you to live lightly. So interesting because you both are daredevils, trailblazers, kind of dynamic, but perhaps you're impulsive or something here. It's to teach you to live lightly. And this might be that it's not all about the money. There's more to life than just that. To teach you to step into the unknown. Don't worry about if you can't plan it. Let's just see what happens. And because you're ready for a new chapter. I love it. So there's definitely something they're teaching you and you're teaching them. Because I feel like when it comes to this, it might even be your lesson to teach you patience with time. So you might be a very impulsive type of person and you're needing to have the patience that this will evolve to something new. Now, maybe you need to start looking at a different career. Maybe you're looking at that already. Maybe you're looking to start something together. Whatever it is, you're going to have a breakthrough in all of this. Let's just see what you feel towards one another when it comes to this. All right, dreams come true. So this is the person of your dreams. Like, yeah, there's a lot of burning desire to be around this person, to be, oh, but there is some unknown here. And that may be feeling this unknown, and it might be a little bit of a stressor for you, especially if it comes down to your work. Let's see. Maybe you've had this job forever. All right. They're not worried. They have this fearless love, ready to step into the unknown. Oh, yeah. There's the third party. So there was someone else involved, like I was picking up, and they see you as a life partner. So they're ending something out here to shut that door, tie up those loose ends to get on the right path to success. And this might be about success in love. All right. Oh, looks like you have a psychic connection. So, a telepathic connection. This could be a twin flame. However, it could also be a higher soulmate connection. Let's just see what doors this may open, and then we'll clarify. Oh, patience is there. So, you are meant to learn some patience. And that's that hurry up and wait. And maybe that's not your strong suit, but spirit's trying to get you to be patient about something, and it may come to maybe you're the boss, maybe you're mentoring people to come in, maybe you make the rules. I don't know. Let's just see. This door is going to open to a whole lot of joy that maybe you haven't experienced in a very long time. And visions. Ah, I like this. So you may have some abilities here, that clairvoyance. Maybe you have other clairs here. There's foresight, revelation, prophecy. So perhaps you have those precognition where you're seeing a future event show up. I've really felt a lot of that lately. And sight, senses, apparition. So there's going to be things that you are going to get uh, prompts on, or some type of message from spirit. You're going to see it like it's maybe not a movie, but you're going to get flashes and you're going to know what it means. Flashes of visions to put together to understand what they're telling you. Let's see. And creativity. So your person, they may have something, this courage that they're going to walk through to maybe suggest that you start your own business together. Let's just see what else. Oh, and look at that. Prosperity. Whatever their idea is, it may be coming in from spirit. you may even be getting these prompts on how this is going to happen. And I feel like this person wasn't meant to be with somebody. They were meant to evolve and move towards you in order to have this prosperity come in. Because I feel like whoever this other person is in this third party, this ending and this systematic type of uh, it's almost like, yeah, almost like there's distance here, there's an ending. Maybe it's you that's ending this. However that shows up for you. Wow, there is that learning curve. You're meant to learn a lesson about patience, about, oh, I'm getting for this is um, good things to come to those who wait. There's something to do with that here. Let's just clarify some things here with the world card. Show me what I need to see. Okay, there it is. Would you look at that? They've been guided in. You've been guided in. However that is. What it is for them to get this position that maybe you're giving them a chance with by mentoring them. And it looks like this is meant to change a lot of things for money, for this person being guided in, for this prosperity. Maybe they're not allowed to go forward without you. Uh, it's almost like if they were to stay with the person they were with, then this wouldn't show up until they broke it off. So meeting your soulmate sometimes is meant to happen that way because you weren't meant to share it with somebody else that you were with or that you still with. Okay, there's better things coming in for you. Let's look at the Eight of Wands for you. Oh yeah, there's a calling here, a breakthrough. Look at you. There's that Queen of Pentacles and a win. This is all good news. This is all an honest discussion. There's no doubt about this love for this person. All right, let's look at the boundaries. You both understand the boundaries. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Realizing there is a third party, knowing that it's going to come to an end though. This might even be a celebration of this meeting you. Maybe you meet at a celebration, however that is for you. Let's look at the traveler. Now, maybe you've made enough money or you're going to travel. Maybe you're going to go to a long distance and meet this person where they are. Whatever it is, maybe you both like to travel. Let's just see. Yeah, look at this. You're both going to go to the calmer waters. There's some healing here that you may have an effect for healing this person. Maybe they're helping you heal. Whatever the case is, you're going to see the revelation of what's to come. This may be a prophet or a prophecy that you're going to feel, know, hear, whatever it is, there's peace coming to this. You're both going to a peaceful place. So maybe you're both going somewhere else to mentor other people, or you're the mentor, they are in your class, or whatever it is. But whatever needs to be revealed is going to be revealed to be able to heal. So to teach you patience with time. So you both may be learning patience here. Yeah, your ships are coming in. What's meant to be the priority is this long-term relationship. And you may have always put your work ahead of anything else. Look at this. You're going to have some discussions about things. So let's just see about this psychic connection. Yeah, you both have maybe been hurt, but you haven't given up on love. You're both kind of helping one another get out of this maybe self-sabotaging behavior because maybe you both have done this before where you put the work ahead of relationships. Look at this. You are going to be the victor in this competition between this love connection, this third party that's interfering or that they were with that they were meant to leave behind. Maybe you're meant to leave them behind. You're using your intuition, learning. It looks like you're going to follow your intuition. This is going to be a team dynamic. Now, let's just see what the next card is. Okay, so somebody finds out about this other person, or they find out about your connection um, that you've taken this leap of faith on. Now, let's just find out about this Seven of Swords. Is this about the other person? Okay. Okay. So it may be about learning that they had an ending, or that they were with somebody while you were with them and that they've ended it out. Maybe you've caught them on the phone. Maybe they caught you on the phone talking to somebody else. It looks like there's a big recovery here, and you're willing to chase after them, or they're willing to chase after you. They're showing a lot of courage in all of this. And then this is all turning in your favor. So I feel like this sabotaging behavior, this loss that you may be feeling, maybe you feel like you're going to lose this competition. I don't know. But luck is turning in your favor. You end up having this great team dynamic. You maybe talk about, who were you talking to on the phone? I was ending it with this person I was with. Were we together when this was going on? Yeah, but I really liked you. I wanted to see where this was going. And I knew I was gonna leave this other person behind. I don't know what that is, or if that makes a difference, but maybe somebody's not too happy about this. They might be hanging on to this cliff, not really sure they should let go. They're still healing an ending, or you are, and there is a breakthrough with this, though, with the Knight of Wands. This is making those bold moves towards this and having the courage to do it. And with that Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, this kind of tells me that things are all going to work out despite any arguments that you may have. Let's just see about intuition. What's your intuition saying at this time about this? Okay, there's boundaries, overcoming those challenges, okay? And boundaries was a big one here about the third party. You're either with me or you're without me. One or the other. You need to choose what you're doing. I have boundaries, and I'm not going to sway those boundaries for anyone. Oh, would you look at that? You may be wondering if they were emotionally available. They're showing up as they are. Okay, so even if they had something going on with somebody, they ended that out because they want to be with you. Now let's just see here. Maybe things went further than they thought they would. Maybe you find out that they were with somebody, but that was ending, or maybe they find that about you. Let's look at what we have for the letters in their first, middle, or last name, their namesake, or all of the above. Let's see what shows up. Okay, so there is an opportunity to transform here. This is kind of on the fence, expensive, branching out, being social. You might be thinking about doing things like that. You maybe should. This might be when you meet your person. Now, sometimes they have those kind of like, what do you call those? Like, they're like for work things, and they have people come in that want to apply at their work. God, I can't think of the name of it. It's like you go there to apply for a job, and they're having a bunch of people come in and having interviews. And maybe you're right out of college, or maybe you went back and did some upgrading on your job status or whatever, or going after your best life and your dream job. It's never too late. I was older when I went to college. Let's see. Enlightened. So you're being shown the way. And I really picked up on this guidance coming in, and it was meant to burn some things down or end some things out. So there's a chance to take on this. It's going to be a lucky break, which is funny that the Wheel of Fortune showed up. and that you've been thinking about branching out and being social. It's one thing to think it and put it off, put it off, put it off, and then it's another thing to go and do it. So this work gathering thing that maybe you're meant to go to it. You're thinking about it, do it. This may be where you meet your soulmate, okay? And transformation. So rebuilding your life with a different perspective about love. And it's going to be life changing, is what I'm getting. Triumph. Your victory is yours. You'll overcome any obstacles about work and this person. You'll have this victory and you'll get that satisfaction of knowing that this person was coming there or meeting you there because you were meant to be together. And it's that, I don't know, it's almost like recognition of their soul or seeing a truth here when it comes to your own sense of self. It's almost like it completes you with this person. And it's somebody that's really going to get you. You're going to be able to be who you really are and not be all apologetic about it. They're going to accept you for who you are and love you for who you are. So, yeah, I do like this. TOTEE is what's showing up here. So they may have T's, O's, and E's in their first, middle, or last. And of course, even if the storyline doesn't follow what yours may be, um, just take what does resonate. And there are always hidden messages that may resonate for you throughout the reading. So, anyhow, take care, you guys. Stay blessed and happy Independence Day to the States. All right, take care. Later.